Bang, bang. What's going on, guys? To an exciting new edition. Main event. Talkin Hands. Host Persectol. From the coast, Mr. Danny Betts. We'll break down this weekend's main event action. A pretty light card. We have Jaime Munguia taking on Bruno Surace. As always, before we break down the fights for this week, we love to recap the fights that were. We're going to start off with the DAZN card. Liam Paro loses a split decision, which was kind of shocking. To Richardson Hitchens. Hitchens gets the job done by split decision. Kind of did what we thought. My only regret was after Paro fought Matias, we had talked about this, was maybe Haney, and then Haney would have been the freest of the free. But Hitchens did get the job done. Dan, what are your thoughts on the fight, the performance? And what would you like to see for Hitchens next?
Happy as hell because that was my biggest bet of the weekend for boxing. He struggled a little bit in the first 3 rounds. Like Paro was doing decent in the first 3-4 rounds. Then he took over, and won 7-8 rounds pretty easily.
Yeah.
I knew that jab and the length was gonna be too much. He was just a better technical boxer, a horrible style for Paro. And when they said split, I'm like, am I gonna get robbed here, bro? I was about to be I instantly, after that fight, I'm like, yes, man, we about to cash this shit. And then they read the cards and split. I'm like, bro, my heart is dropping. Like, are you serious right now? Shouldn't have been a split, especially that scorecard. I think they gave him 117 to Paro.
Yeah. They said 9-3 Paro.
I'm like, yo, are you serious? So we almost got robbed there, but yeah, Hitchens clearly won that fight. I know he called out all the top guys, but he called out Teofimo, which I guess everybody's calling him out now. But we'll get to him soon.
Exactly.
But yeah, he could fight him. I know he don't want to fight Matias. And maybe Catterall, maybe Haney. So I mean, there's definitely 4 or 5 matchups for him. So. And he's finally got a belt, so now he could, try to unify with no belt or something like that.
Yeah, no, I agree. I thought he won the fight. Definitely was a side I liked as well. I was kind of surprised at the decision prop. It was pretty good. He got bet down, though. He got to plus 160, but got bet down to plus 130, I think. So that was a good hit. And, yeah, to me, Paro, only way he was going to win the fight was KO. So, good performance by Hitchens. Next fight, kind of surprising, maybe not. Robeisy Ramirez, he didn't get knocked out, obviously. I don't want to say he quit either because he was having trouble with the eye. Espinoza technically wins a TKO, I believe it was, round 7, I think.
Yeah, I think it was 6 or 7.
Yeah, and I understood with Ramirez there because why I liked Espinoza in the fight was he was just going to keep coming forward and he was going to really target the eye. And it was just kind of a rough and tough fight for him. And kind of like with the main event, right, with Navarrete Valdez, just seemed like a tough style matchup for him. And I think Robeisy can still do great things. That's why it was a tough fight. And unfortunate how the fight ended. But up to that point, it seemed to be a good fight. What do you think here, Danny?
Good scrap. But yeah, Espinoza was too much. But at the same time, as you're watching, he was throwing elbows. He definitely was throwing these elbows like that in the pocket. And I think there was 2 of them, 2 videos I saw of slow motion. Both of them clipped him in that same eye. Mm-hmm. So Ramirez did say he thought it was the elbows. I was surprised he didn't get cut too. It was close, but it was a mixture of everything because I do think he did quit, but at the same time with the elbows, that's dirty, bro. You can't be throwing stuff like that. Espinoza wise, he did what made him look worse though was that when he stopped the fight because it was a straight right on the eye, and then after that it was it's over with. If he would have did it with the elbow or something, he could have got lucky. They could have put
disqualification
or something. And that made him look even worse and look like a quitter because it wasn't even we've seen way worse. But Valdez is always got one eye open,
Yeah.
like so bad. Like the first fight with Navarrete, and like you're over here with a little bit of swelling, and Paul. I don't know if it got damaged yet. I didn't see no report or anything like that inside. But it wasn't a good look for Ramirez to go out like that. But man, Espinoza is gonna be a tough out. There's a lot of fights he can make. With Espinoza, especially having a belt.
Yeah, I think he's gonna have to move up in weight just because just his length and size is insane. But yeah, it just was a tough styles matchup for Ramirez too. And like we said, we did Espinoza's last fight, and he got the job done. Looked great, and just unfortunate circumstances. I had a buddy texting me. Was actually at the casino watching the UFC fights. And they had the boxing on one of the smaller TVs.
Yeah.
He's like, "What the hell just happened?" Because I had it on, but I had the volume on. And I said, "Oh, he got like he was complaining about his eye and stuff with like the elbow because they showed the elbow in between fights, and he was not happy with him like quitting." But
Yeah.
I like I said, I see both things. The way the fight was going, though, Ramirez was going to be outgunned. To me, it
Yeah.
seemed. Uh,
It was pretty. I mean, he was. I think Espinosa was still ahead for 2 rounds, but it wasn't like an ass whooping. Like it was a
Yeah, no,
competitive fight.
Ramirez was winning the fight,
Yeah,
and then Espinoza was getting like the timing and beating him up, and that's how I thought the Navarrete fight would go, which we'll get right into. But Navarrete looked borderline career best, or I
yeah,
don't want to say Valdez was shot because we just saw Valdez have a great performance. This was definitely not a different Navarrete in the ring there.
I'm so mad at myself. There's one thing I forgot. Totally forgot about the first fight. And Navarrete fucked up his hand like midway in that fight, early in that fight.
Mm-hmm.
If you remember, and he was beating his ass. Like if he would not like messed up his hand, it would have been over. So if I would remember that, I totally forgot. I would have threw a shot at the KO at plus 250 or whatever it was. Cause I'm like, he couldn't use his best hand like half the fight, and and they still could have stopped it. So
Yeah, Valdez's eye was fucked.
it was
That
so
fight.
bad, bro.
Yeah,
But I mean, like you said, it was a great performance by Navarrete. It was just a bad matchup for Valdez, and I told the guys like, yo, I know at least the parlay. I'm like parlay his money line because I really think he's gonna win. I thought it was gonna be decision, maybe a late stoppage, but great performance, man. He just gotta get He's his worst enemy. Like I said in the breakdown last week, like sometimes he doesn't train as hard. Sometimes he comes a little bit underperforms, or I don't know if he takes the opponent lightly, or like Wilson and shit like that. But if he's on his A game, dude's a tough out.
yeah, kind of like Espinoza, just that length, the size, and he throws so many fucking punches.
Yeah. And the angles, like the weird angles.
Yeah, you can't stop it, and it was a great performance. My thing was Valdez has never been stopped, and I didn't think he would get stopped, but body, you go to the body, they will. And
he dropped him 3 times.
Yeah,
3 times I think it was.
Yeah. It was Valdez was out probably by round 2. The fight was over. I would say it was bad. Great performance by Navarrete. Can't discredit him. My worry was, and because last week we saw with Sonny Edwards where he looked career worst, I was worried is Navarrete like cooked, done. Evidently not. So I will not be fading him anytime soon. Just that weight class too. He's so dominant and he fights all the time. So like I said, great performance by Manuel Navarrete. That being said, we can get into this week's fight. There wasn't much to talk about this week. I know there's a lot of like fights, but I couldn't figure out our main fight we wanted to talk about. So I went with the ESPN Plus card. Jaime Munguia taking on Bruno Surace. There are odds on a website for FanDuel, but as Danny mentioned to me a little earlier today, we're not finding it on FanDuel's site currently. But I can list you the odds that they say FanDuel has, which is minus 2,500, plus 1,000 for Surace. KO is minus 400. you guys need a book, please go to FanDuel. Link in the description below. Sign up, choose your state, deposit using our link at FanDuel.com. Danny, what do you think here? Do you think this is going to be a pretty clear one-sided fight? I don't know how to even bet it, to be honest. Just needed a fight to talk about, and this was the fight that's happening before the big one next week with Fury Usyk. Floor is yours, Danny.
Yeah, so we got a huge rematch next week for sure. Can't wait for that one. Yeah, it's tough because like I was telling you earlier, I'm like, yo, I don't see no props or anything, or even on the like FanDuel website and stuff. It's not even money, yeah. But it's kind of tough to give you a bet, but the breakdown, like Surace, like we were talking about, so I think his name is pronounced Surace, and Spanish accent, I guess. But Munguia, we already know he fought way better competition, tough guy, big time puncher, a lot of volume. I mean, I'll take that back. He's not a big time puncher. He does has power. He breaks you down. We've seen him with like fight Canelo and things like that, and Ryder, and Surace, he hasn't fought anybody. I did not know anybody on his record. He's a French guy. I was looking some of his highlights and stuff. It's kind of hard to find like tape or any videos on him, but from what I saw, like he can move. He's a good boxer in the mid range. He throws a wild like right hook, like a wide. But one thing I don't like, I didn't notice though. I forget what fight it was. It was a while back though. I think it was like 2020. He could get stuck on the ropes. He kind of does it on purpose because he wants to counter you, and that's how he finished the guy he was facing. But you can't do that against Munguia. You know what I'm saying? Like he does know how to circle out, but it's not like he's in there to punch too. Like he'll stay there for like a minute and fight with you. So I don't know if he's gonna do that with Munguia. If I was him, I would use his like mid range I was talking about, like his boxing. Use the jab. He's got a nice little step back to get out of range. And if he does that, I don't know what the prop is. That's why it sucks. But I was gonna look at the over actually, just because if he does that with the same that game plan, I think he could at least survive good rounds here. I'm guessing if I had to guess. It's a 10-rounder. If I had to guess, I think the over-under is probably like 5.5, 6.5.
I was gonna say 5.5. Yeah.
If it's 5.5, I'm definitely betting the over. 6.5 is gonna be close. I still think I'll take it, and then like bet the late props just in case. Shout out to Williams Wrestling in the chat. Everybody in the chat, smash that like button, subscribe if you're new. But yeah, I think I'm going with the over, man. Hopefully we get a 5.5. Maybe 6.5. 6.5 is gonna be a little greasy, but probably do that and then like sprinkle 5, 6 just to get a little bit of insurance or the late props and double up.
Yeah, my only thing is I feel like Munguia, talking about career best. He lost to Canelo, but he fought well, and then he knocked out that Bazinin guy.
Bazinin looked good though in that fight. He looked better than I've seen him, and I've seen him multiple fights with him. So I don't know if it was like he showed up for that fight or it was kind of like a little
early Munguia he wasn't fighting well, but once he heard him,
once he started cooking later,
he really hurt him bad and went to the body well, obviously the head and. Kind of what you're saying, like, not a huge power puncher, but he strings those combinations together, and he gets these guys out of there once he starts rolling. So, there's no real prop here. Like I said, the KO, it was minus 400. At least that's what they were claiming.
Yeah. Honestly, I wouldn't even parlay that. It's a 10-rounder, and like I said, the guy does have a little bit of speed because he does fight. This is at 168, and the guys fought at 160 a lot. Yeah, he's got like one fight in 165, another fight in 169. A couple times he's fought heavier, but he does have some quickness to him. So
he's more of a boxer.
Sure. That's what I wanted to do. Yeah, to survive. So I wouldn't parlay because I could see that like people parlay the KO and then be pissed off somehow this goes the distance.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to see what the decision prop is, because if I'm betting the over, I might sprinkle a little bit on the decision. But because a little bit recency bias. He did way better than people thought against Canelo. He looked good in the last fight.
Yeah.
Got KO late. And then nobody knows who this guy is. But seeing what I'm seeing, if he comes with the right game plan, he could survive at least, and it'll be a win-win for him. He lost the fight, but he looked all right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, I mean, what I saw, yeah, he is a prototypical like boxer, but just doesn't have the elite level skill, and obviously he doesn't have the power, right? 4 KOs,
No.
25 fights.
Yeah, exactly.
My worry there is Munguia is not going to be worried about what's coming back.
Oh, he's not.
Yeah,
that's why I said stick and move.
I just my thing is if he traps him in the corner, couple body shots, then gets him to the head. I don't know if this guy's gonna wake up. So just a tough fight overall. Like I said, there's no real round props. I think he'll be 5.5, but
I think the bookies are having a hard time. Like they're like, hold up, we don't even know who this guy is, and we got to set these round props and over unders and stuff. So if you see it before me, hit me up, text me, because they might fuck up and give us a good line like on the over, and then you know how they readjust it later on late in the week, because somebody hits it, it'll be 5.5. We smash the over, and then it goes to 6.5. So I want to try to keep an eye on that. We'll see.
Yeah, I am shocked they don't have it, because I swear they had it last week.
Yeah, it was weird. Like, I'm like, hold on, man. Don't tell me the fight's off. But I was looking at Topology and BoxRec and everything, so they have it, so it's not canceled or anything.
Yeah, because they have odds for Curiel versus Roja. That's like a pretty big fight. I think that's a DAZN fight. But
there's a couple of like little other cards, like one on Friday. They got odds for all those. They even got Pro Box TV on Wednesday. Well, that's tomorrow, but
they got our. Obviously, he's not our favorite guy, but I know we've covered a couple Maxie Hughes fights. He's fighting this weekend too.
Yeah, I actually kind of like him against Cully.
Yeah,
he's kind of like a public dog right now too, which is a good sign for me because.
Yeah, I'd have to look into his opponent. I don't know much about the opponent. I just know Hughes because he got fucking murdered by Zepeda.
And I think that's a buy low spot in my opinion. Yeah. Cully, he's one of those like lanky, tall guys for the division. Really tall, lanky guys, decent boxing, stuff like that. His chin is questionable. He's got knocked out one time.
I don't think Hughes is not. People out.
I think he's.
It's a pick 'em. Yeah, basically a pick 'em. Yeah, so I'd have to look more into that. I guess I kind of lean with you on the over, depending on where they want to set the round prop at. Because I will say Munguia does usually start a little slower until he picks it up and gets it going. So I don't mind that. I don't mind the over or a late round.
I'll tell you guys this though. I do like Maxie Hughes money line. But I really I know UFC's coming up. I don't know if you want football coming up or basketball, but this kid called Antonio Vargas is fighting on Friday. He's like minus 300. I love him as a parlay piece, bro. I had him as a pick 'em in his last fight. I thought that line was way off. Sprinkle a little bit of KO, which he got it done mid-fight. Like, this kid is nice. Like, he just breaks you down, works the body. Like, when he gets in the zone, it's like downhill, bro. Like, and then he just picks you up. He picks you apart bad. Like, I don't know. I gotta see. I don't think they got the props either. I want to see what the knockout is, or late rounds. But we'll see. But I will say this though: his opponent is another guy, one of those mysterious guys that hasn't fought anybody. Mm-hmm. From what I see, I'm still super confident in Vargas. So, yeah, I like him as a party piece for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to look into that one too, but won't go against you there. You brought up earlier, we have to talk about this. I thought this was like craziness. I didn't think this was serious. I don't know if it was Eddie Hearn, was it, that they wanted to do a joint pay-per-view? Which I'm sure you read about. Teofimo versus Boots at
Yeah, Boots,
147.
Yep.
That seems insanity to me. I don't see how that fight gets made.
Why you say that though?
Teofimo's way too small. I don't. I think Teofimo could hit him. I don't know if he would hurt him. I think he could hit him, but I think Boots would walk him down and like beat him up. Shout out Winner Circle in the chat, of course.
That it happened, bro. Winner Circle, my guy.
I mean, what do you think?
I mean, Tiff's not like a small dude. He's shorter.
Right.
Like, he's a stocky guy. You know what I'm saying? Like he could make 147. I mean, obviously easy.
Yeah. They can put. He can.
But
put
and Boots
on.
is not the biggest. You know, he's a little bit taller, more lankier, but you know, more trimmed down. Like he's still built, but not like. I would love to see that fight. That's a huge fight. I got Boots all day, but I'm just saying, like, but that's a huge fight, bro.
Okay, so
I don't know.
Teofimo's 5'8", 68.5-inch reach. What's Ennis? Ennis has to be like 6 foot.
Nah.
5'10".
I mean, 5'10". Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You think he's?
Yeah.
He's not that.
He's got a 6-inch reach advantage though, but yeah, I think that's.
But yeah, we just saw fucking Espinoza. At what was it? 135, I think it is.
Yeah, or 130. I think it's
130. I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah, he has to move up. Yeah, he should move up.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's a very interesting fight. I think it's a good fight, a fan favorite fight.
Yeah,
like, I guarantee you, if that fight gets made, Mills and Billy will text you about it. They'll be into it.
Yeah. Hell yeah, that's a huge fight.
I think it's a horrible matchup, though.
I'm glad I hope it happens, first of all, because I love that fight. But I'm saying, like, at least it doesn't make it look bad for Boots because you didn't get that Ortiz fight.
Yeah.
And then you go out and fight some random motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You get another big time fight against somebody that's, legit. So
yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a crazy fight. Like, for him to move up to 147, fight Ennis, when I thought Lopez looked pretty bad against Claggett. I think that was his last fight.
Right now, Teofimo's got so many options, bro. Like, he's in the center of attention right now. Like, everybody wants to fight him. It's crazy.
Yeah, I thought he was going to fight Haney. I thought they were going to make that fight, but yeah, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? But we had to touch on that. That was the big news.
Bigger news. I'm being sarcastic, by the way, because I'm a true boxing fan.
Yeah.
Tommy Fury said he would rematch Jake Paul. He said, "Bring it on."
So that was crazy. I thought it was a joke, but he said he's not fighting Till because Till in the build-up said he was going to head kick him or kick him. And
like
he
the
thought,
one guy.
Yeah, he thought he was serious. I thought it was more of a joke, and he was under the belief that Darren Till would use MMA in a boxing match, which for Darren Till to lose that fight too is a killer because
I don't know if you saw that. That was a couple months ago. Some guy actually did that. Like they had some.
Yeah, I've seen it on Twitter. Yeah,
bro, that was bad. He was getting frustrated because he was getting his ass whooped, and then he head kicked some nasty, out cold, bad.
Yeah, no, I mean you definitely have to watch out nowadays with these guys. I just don't think a big time fight they would do that, but you never do know. Anything else?
I think that's about it. I mean, we already talked about the big card coming up in February. I think it's February, right? Yeah.
Yeah, February. Yeah. Oh, is it Boachuk? He got an opponent next week. British guy Ishmael Davies or Davis.
Oh, I didn't see that. I know who that is though. Yeah.
So he actually has an opponent for the Fury card because his guy, who was he going to fight? Madrimov, right?
Yeah.
And Madrimov's on the February card, I believe. So that's good. We have two sort of big fights, and then the only other thing I'll say, which I thought was a joke, I guess it's not, was Turkey Al-Sheikh wants Tyson Fury to win, so he fights Vladimir Klitschko.
He was talking about that fight, trying to make that fight or whatever. You could make that fight if he loses. When he
Yeah.
loses. Early
I will
prediction.
say so this isn't like I'm not spoiling anything. I think this price is insane, and I don't think this is how the fight's gonna like play out. But on FanDuel right now, guess what Tyson Fury by decision is? Right now on FanDuel,
I think I haven't looked at it, but I think it's like what 300, 250?
plus 475.
Oh damn.
That's an insane price. I don't think he's going to win the decision. I'm not saying this is like a spoiler. I think that price is fucking insane, though, for how
Yeah.
I believe the fight will play out. Shout G. G's still
My
leading the
guy
cappers
G.
contest.
G's
G's
on a
killing it.
tear, defending
Yeah.
chat.
Yeah,
My
G's killing
boy.
it in the NFL. Great
Hey,
job.
we back. We back at it. We trying to make that March trip to San Antonio, Palooza. So we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully, G, we see you there.
Yeah, I had a great time. I always have a great time with G and his family, man. It's always a blast.
Yeah, G's a great guy. Yeah, I just wanted to let you know because I think that price is insane.
It is.
Counteract Usyk by decision is like minus 105 or something. So with how the fight should play out, just seems insane to me. Yeah, G, it's
The same dates. It's the 20th
the
to the
first
23rd.
week. Yeah, March, first week, March 20th to the 23rd. First week of the tournament.
Yeah, 20th to the 23rd. Yep.
Okay, all that being said, I just had to let the people know if they were liking the Tyson Fury side. FanDuel does have by far the best price on that prop right now. Best bets, Danny. I'll let you take the floor here, then we can get on out of here. Like I said, not a whole lot here.
Yeah. I mean, I can't give you any bets for the Munguia fight, which sucks. But
Yeah.
I am looking at the over. Like I said, I want to see where they open that line up. Right now, like I said, I like Vargas, Antonio Vargas money line as a parlay piece. But I'm not gonna tell you, I'm not that type of bettor. Oh yeah, minus 350. Bet that straight. No. I'll probably right now so far. Not super confident, but I do like Maxie Hughes money line. I think he gets it done, and already looking at the numbers, I see his opponents already being the public dog. He could have a little bit of issues with the high end length, but I think he's a better boxer, southpaw. I think he wins by decision. But yeah, I'm gonna go with that so far, but not super confident. But Munguia, I like the over. Vargas, love money line parlay piece.
Yeah. Yeah, man, this is tough because I'm with you. If I had a prop on the Munguia fight, I could give something because I would like to do like a 3 rounds, like 5, 6, 7 type thing, or 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
But yeah, there isn't anything. I do think just because I know Roja, I don't know a ton about Curiel. But I don't think Alexi Roja is that great, or Rocha. However
I
you say
might
it.
actually. I'm looking at that. I might actually be on the Curious side.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
if I were to make a best bet, I would take Curiel. That's
Yeah.
basically a pick 'em. I think he's much better from what I've watched of his, and I don't think Alexis Roja is that great
It's
of a
just
fighter.
that's the. I didn't look into it all like that, but that's a Golden Boy promotion, right?
Yeah, I think it's on DAZN. I think it's a main event fight too.
That's what I'm scared of because Rocha.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's the guy they were promoting. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if
Yeah.
Curiel signed with Golden Boy, but I know for sure Rocha is. So that's kind of scary when you go like to the decision or something. But
Yeah, my whole thing is every time that guy has like sort of stepped up or fought like a live fighter,
Yeah.
so to speak, he's lost. And Curiel is a good Mexican like knockout type fighter who I think would break him down over the course of the fight. So yeah, I like Curiel too. I like Curiel. Yeah, I'll take Curiel for best bet. I think he's going to get it done. Okay, all that being said, you guys could leave a like on the video, drop some comments down below, your thoughts, predictions on all these fights for this weekend. If you guys want to join us, Palooza, like I said, dates are set March 20th to 23rd. Everyone should be there. Should be a fun time. Southbound 1-1. Become a gold member. Pub Sports Rail Gold membership, $10 a month. enters you into 2 horse races on Ben with the Bag, Jim and the Bag Show. Watch Locker Room Talk Podcast, UFC Tampa Bay, last UFC event of the year. And Danny, let you close it down. Anything you want to add, touch on, and where they can find you.
Yeah, like what you're saying, UFC is coming up Saturday. I think it's like 4 weeks off or 5 weeks off. So tune in the live stream with the boys. We're gonna be live, having a good time, giving you our bets and things like that. Find me at Danny Bets with 2 Z's everywhere: IG, TikTok, Twitter, X. My Patreon for all my boxing bets. Smash that like, comment below what your best bets this weekend. It's kind of tough, but we got a huge fight, big card next week, and some huge fight coming up. Huge fights in February and things like that. And I can't wait. Morel, Benavidez,
Tank comes
that
back.
super card in February.
Yeah.
With Benavidez and Bivol, that card is stacked. So I can't wait.
Yeah, I agree with everything Danny said there. Guys, please drop comments down below. Like the video if you could. We'll see you guys next week. Fury Usyk. If you like Fury, check FanDuel for that prop. Just letting you guys know. See you guys. Peace.
Don't do it.